Hi, I'm Katie Podoretsky, a licensed massage therapist with an online course at helpheadpain.com, and that course is Self-Help to Relieve Head, Neck, and Jaw Pain. So what I'm going to talk about today to you is that I find a lot more of my clients that have been experiencing headaches and jaw pain have been increasing in tension from wearing all of these different types of masks during COVID mask time. So I really want to make sure that you are still wearing your mask and not finding an excuse in your head pain or jaw pain. I want you to be able to maybe identify some triggers that you're doing with your mask wearing that maybe you can adjust or just be aware of. And then remember, you may need to do some self-treatment between time periods that you've got your mask on. So I'll come up with a few different ideas for you, but really today is going to be the top 7 reasons that you have been getting more headaches and jaw pain in this mask time. So join me. Reason 1 that we are getting mask jaw and headaches. So a lot of us are wearing ear loop masks, the ones that go around our ears. And what this does physically to our ears and our joints, our TM joints, our jaw joints, is that it pulls the ears forward if it's not fitting properly, and then the ear structures inside get slammed up into our TM joints. So it creates some tension there. This one is a good fitting mask, so you really can't see that, but if I put on my son's mask, you'll really see how it pulls forward on those ears, pulling all of that forward. And let's check what it looks like on a skull. You can see this close relationship of where the ear hole is, external auditory meatus, and the joint here. So what it's doing is taking the ear and all of the ear structures inside it, pulling it forward into that jaw. So if you're not fitted properly for that, that can be reason 1. Reason 2 for mask jaw. I don't have one of these over the head masks, but you can picture those. Those are the painter masks that you sort of put on here. A lot of the N95s coming over and behind, having straps that go behind. And so it's taking that mask and pressing it back into the head because of that relationships versus the ear loop ones where it's pulling the jaws forward. This over the head type is going to take the mask and pull it back, therefore compressing the jaw with the beautiful joints that get irritated and all the musculature around them. It's going to press this mandible or jawbone back, compressing that into the joint, really irritating those structures. So we can create a lot of jaw pain, which can be felt in various ways because we're irritating the muscles and all of those structures. If you're set up for headaches and jaw pain, it's going to be way worse. Reason 3 for mask jaw is that if your jaw mask isn't fitting properly and it keeps dropping down, we start to do this itching, this scooching, and we try to get that mask to sit on up there and get in the right place. So that thrusting, and that whether it's from your lips or your chin, that thrusting to move the mask up back in place when it starts to slide down can really irritate the joints and all of the musculature through here and give you a lot of issues. Another way that we can be irritated in this is if you're thrusting the jaw forward to make that little pocket of air here, if that's done consciously or unconsciously. So that's something just to be aware of so that you can maybe take some adjustments in your surroundings. There may be some thrusting forward also because you have a very lightweight mask that when you breathe in and out, it travels back and forth, so it gets stuck onto your face. And so then you move your mouth and your lips and your chin to get it off of you. Reason number 4, as your mouth is covered up at work or wherever you're going out, you may be drinking less water. So you could have a little bit more dehydration by the end of the day because you're not stopping through your day to take sips of water because it's annoying if your mask is on and you're all covered up. So make sure you take breaks, work that in, go to work or before you leave the house very well hydrated. What I do in very hot Texas and have to go to the grocery store is when I leave my house, I have a big glass of very icy water. So that when I come out of the grocery store, it's melted, but it's still cold. And as soon as I get in the car, because I'm a little overheated from wearing a mask, and it's just hot in general, I just drink a lot of water on my drive home from the grocery store. So take that into account, is hydration. When we are less hydrated as well, will increase the muscle and nerve irritability. Reason number 5 for mask jaw and headaches is if you're using one of those behind the head straps with your mask, that it could be putting excess pressure, 1, on the muscles back there, 2, on the superficial nerves back there. Then that can really irritate those structures, creating a headache. Some people are already set up for this, and you've had these type of headaches for years. So all you need is a small trigger. This is going to be worse if, like my tip before, if you are dehydrated, and worse also then if you're just tired and fatigued. So easily set up for problems. With me, when I am working with my clients for TMJ problems, I am not only wearing a regular mask, but then I'm wearing a big face shield. So this type of pressure up here really tends to annoy me. And through here, it's right on a muscle called temporalis. And it does irritate that muscle for me and can create some minor headaches. So then I have to remember all my massage and self-treatment and stretching to get those muscles and the fascia and the nerves to a better place. And that is something that I'll be able to help you out with through an online course as well. Tip number 6, enunciation. We are talking through 2 layers of fabric to other people, and we want to be heard. So the enunciation that we are doing now is very fatiguing with our face, as we're trying to push our words through muffly cloth so we don't sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. So with enunciation, we are overusing, knowingly or unknowingly, more lip muscles than we're used to, more cheek muscles, more thrusting again of the jaw muscles to push those words out and through our cloth fabric. 2 ideas for this. 1, if you are a business owner and your workers are complaining of jaw pain, check your sound system. Maybe it's too loud. Maybe people are having to yell too much so that they can be heard through fabric, because I guarantee you, some people can't hear you very well, and I'm going to ask you to say it 5 times again because I don't know what you're saying. So turn down the sound system so that you don't have to yell through your mask. Another tip that I'm going to give you, I have 2 teachers right now that I am treating as they're getting ready to possibly go back into the classroom, but they already have jaw pain. One of them teaches French. The students need to be able to see their mouths. The students now are also positioned much farther from the teacher. So they need to keep a distance, they need to hear her, and they need to see this. So this is where a huge face shield can come in and be of use. So this one is from 180 Shield, has great coverage to really get a full thing. And now you can see my face, you can see what I'm saying. This is great for preschoolers too, who are learning their sound effects, their phonics. Then you can add to that a lapel mic that has an external speaker that you wear on your hip, much like you were a walking tour guide in New York. So if you get that, that's no more than $50 for that mic system. Then you don't have to enunciate through a cloth mask, and you can safely be heard. Tip number 7, this is my last one. So sometimes we have a mask that has an odd shape and an odd lay to it, or it's just huge. So this one, it wants to fall down. So what am I going to do? Thrust with the jaw to get it back up. But even if I was to tighten it up, it still comes down very far in front of my nose and sticks out. So it's in my visual field. When it is in my visual field, I will change how my head tilts so that I can see around it. It's either going to give me a headache because it's in my visual field, or it's going to affect my forward head posture or how I look down, and pivoting and ratcheting and holding my body in a poor way, therefore creating trigger points. I might have mentioned a few times in this video trigger points. Trigger points are tight spots in muscles that when they go into spasm, they refer pain someplace else. Commonly, it's felt as in this area, it's felt as headaches, it's felt as tooth pain, it's felt as ringing in the ears, dizziness, things like that. So I have an online course, Self-Help to Relieve Head, Neck, and Jaw Pain. And in that course, you can learn how to self-treat your own head, neck, and jaw area, including intraoral masseter, which is your cheek muscle, which is really what keeps getting in this jaw cycle of pain. There is a free video that you can access about how to relieve this masseter from the outside, the pains that it creates, and one common habit that you need to change tonight to help your head, neck, and jaw pain stay away. All right, and that one you can go to helpheadpain.com, and there is a place to sign up for that. Thanks for sticking with me, and please do wear your mask because we all need to be safe.